Well, hello. Jen Patero here on Sunday, September the 4th. Happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal time. I know that I certainly am. My family and I, as you can probably see here, we're camping out in our trailer at a friend's place, celebrating the end of summer and yeah, just having a fantastic time. So much so that I almost forgot it's Sunday and time for a video. So gonna try and make it quick, but I thought a great place to start here, I'm 10 weeks out. 10 weeks out from my UFE show, and really this time sort of highlighting some of the differences that I've noticed in this prep in comparison to my previous prep. So for this week, I thought I might talk about the challenge that is we are no longer living in a pandemic bubble, which for many reasons, so many reasons, is such a wonderful thing, right? Able to get out in large group settings like this and socialize, able to get back to normal work functions, work meetings, able to get out and eat at restaurants and do all of these things that we were not able to do during the pandemic. For a lot of reasons, that's awesome. But when it comes to a prep, I'm learning makes life a lot harder, right? The objective for me when I'm prepping for a show is to keep things as consistent as possible and only manipulate as few variables as possible. And that's a whole lot easier to do when you're living in an isolated pandemic bubble. It is a lot harder in a normal world setting. And I get it. Most people have only prepped for shows living a normal life. And I now have a whole new appreciation for those of you who do this on a regular and have done it in a normal world always, because I really do find this go around is just that much more difficult for me. I embrace the challenge. I love the challenge. It's forcing me to push harder, learn even more about myself, and show even more discipline and hard work, which is great because that pushes me to grow and get better. But it is more difficult. And so just wanted to highlight a few of these changes that I'm noticing, because it really is throwing off my mental status, because I'm just not seeing results as quickly or as easily as I did last time, which could be due to a number of factors. We can chat about those other factors another day, but for today, wanted to chat about some of the consistency and some of the challenges around living a normal life while prepping for a show. Because, as you can see, I'm in a trailer, I mentioned, right? We're at a friend's place, camping out. And this is fantastic, and it's wonderful, and I love it, seeing people. But to try and keep my daily activities, my daily food, my daily sleep, all of these things consistent is just that much harder in an environment like this. For example, today I was rocking out to my dance video on my friend's front lawn. Now, in fairness, we made it fun. My daughter joined in, some of my friends, my sister-in-law, we rocked out to a dance video all together outside on the grass. And it was a ton of fun, but it's different. Is my intensity the same when I'm working out on somebody's front lawn as it is when I'm working out at my home gym? Probably not, but I did get it in. So just some tweaks as far as activity level goes. And eating as well is just a little bit different, and your meal timings, as much as everybody knows that I need to eat my food and my times, it's just a little bit, a little bit different and things do change slightly. For example, today went and had some nails done. So to try and schedule around having some fun with friends and getting a mani-pedi done, my meal timing was thrown off a little bit, which doesn't in the grand scheme of things make a huge difference, but it is a difference. And can't help but wonder if part of this is why I seem to be struggling a little bit more to get where I need to be for the show. Could be. But it's also causing me, like I say, to push harder and adapt and do things a little bit differently. And again, I feel will be all the more rewarding when I do get my body to the place that I need and want it to be, because I am still fully confident that I will be able to do so. The other piece this week that has thrown my life for a bit of a loop is I was at a work meeting. I was at a hotel from Monday through Thursday, which is fine. And I love connecting with my work colleagues. Don't mind that at all. It actually energizes me and I love it. But when I'm prepping, like this meant I needed to wake up some mornings at 3 a.m., certainly definitely no later than 4 a.m. to get all of my workouts done, because basically from 8 a.m. until 10-ish p.m., I was in work mode and having to participate in work functions, again, which I love, but I need to be able to adapt and change and get my exercise in and eat, like all of the preparation as far as what I needed to bring to the hotel, how I schedule and time my meals. It all shifted and changed. And with that, like I get it done, but it changes things, so I'm not as consistent, but it also changes my stress. And I know, like looking at my Oura Ring results, right? Like my heart rate variability changes, that my resting heart rate has changed. Like I was feeling a lot more stress. So what does that do to my body as far as me trying to cut and prep for the show? Not ideal. My sleep was horrendous. Like it just throws things for a loop. So again, not in that bubble and not able to keep things as consistent as I would like, or as consistent as I was able to when I was in a pandemic type of a world. So just wanted to share that, something to sort of factor in and think about as you cut and prep for shows or for whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve. Not as easy this go around for me, but like I say, I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to take it and push myself and prove to myself that I can do it in a normal world. I may have to do things differently. I may need to push harder. I'm not going to be able to coast into a show. I'm probably going to be more hungry. I may be more moody. Like things are going to be different this go around and harder for sure. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and looking forward to seeing what it is I'm able to achieve in this normal world and what I'm able to bring to the stage as a result. Anyways, so that's it. That's the big highlighted change for this week. Living in a bubble and prepping is far easier than living in a normal world and prepping for a show. Word to the wise. But as far as where I'm standing from a macro perspective and a weight perspective, this past week, I know I told you I was eating 115 grams of fat, 125 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs. Next week, like effective tomorrow, I flip a switch and we're cutting both again. I'm going to start eating 110 grams of fat, 120 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs. So cutting both back by 5 each. My weight, when I started last Sunday, I was 135.4. Today, this morning, I was 133.8. So it's been a good week. I've started to see a little bit more movement on the scale, which is great news. And I did something different I'm doing this time is I did buy an in-body scale. Not a cheap investment, but a very worthwhile investment for me so far, because I can not only watch as my body fat percentage goes down, I can also keep an eye on my skeletal muscle. So I know I'm going to lose some of it. It's inevitable as you cut, but I'm just trying to really focus on that and balance that out and make sure I maintain as much muscle as possible. So we'll chat about that a little bit another day, but just a heads up, I'm using an in-body scale this go around, and loving it. I think it's fantastic. Anyways, that is it for Jen Patero for week 10 countdown. Hope everybody has an incredible long weekend, a phenomenal week, and we'll chat next weekend. Take care. Bye for now.